are the hero of your own story. Take out that sword and shield and fight for it.
All right, team, welcome to your at-home workout. I'm Coach Basil, repping the 313 and the 248 in Farmington Hills, Michigan. We're going to get started with a dynamic warm-up here to get your body prepped for the workout. 4 minutes of work, 4 exercises, 1 minute each. Let's get started. Alternating cobra to a child's pose. Lie on your back here, on your belly. Press your palms into the floor. Squeeze your glutes to support that low back. Drive the hips behind you. Elongate those arms and stretch those legs. Take a deep breath and repeat here for 1 minute. Your option, team, is to limit that range of motion. After that, we're going to go right into a plank to an alternating toe tap. So your plank, spread.
Did he drug that dog? It hasn't moved the entire time.
Reach behind, opposite hand to the opposite toe, and reset in that plank every time. Again, 1 minute of work. Your option, team, is a toe or shoulder tap here for 1 minute. Third exercise, reverse lunge to a torso rotation. 1 minute, alternating sides. Take a step back, lengthen that stride here. Your feet on railroad tracks. Drop the back knee. Rotate across the front knee here. Return to set position and step forward and switch sides. Your option is to limit the range of motion on that lunge. And your fourth exercise, your last minute of work, is squat with a front raise. Spread the floor with the legs as you bring your hips behind and raise your hands right to shoulder height and squeeze your glutes to the top. Option, limit the range of motion here. All right, let's get started, team. It's your time.
Don't worry, Christina. We got started a little late anyway. It's fine. We're in that first minute, guys, that alternating child's pose to cobra. All the way down on your belly. Press up into that arch. If you want to lower it down before you press into child's pose, that's fine. That's a lot on the lower back to go from that arch to right back. So again, play with it. Check with your body. You know what you need to do for you. About halfway through. So we're doing a lot to warm up those shoulders. As I did say, it's going to be some upper body work today. I know we did upper body work yesterday, but there's nothing wrong with tank top arms and super shoulders. So that alternating plank to ankle touch. Shifting into that plank position. Press it back by reaching the hips to the sky and reach for that opposite ankle. How do we make it a little more stable? Bring those hands a little bit closer together to find that hand a little more in the middle as we press it back. If we take those hands really wide, we're going to be tempted to shift the hips from left to right instead of forward and back. If you can't find the ankle, that's fine. Find the knee, find the calf. Or as he said, you can always do those alternating shoulder taps. And a little less than 15. Then we'll give those shoulders a break. Start to heat up through those legs. And 2, 1, stand it up. We have those alternating lunges to torso rotation. So step it back and turn towards the front knee, or if you think about it, turn towards the opposite knee. If you think about it, just squeeze that shoulder around. One side's gonna be a little bit more balanced than the other. It's okay, just take your time. We don't have to speed through this. Find your balance. To keep you safe, your own range of motion is something you and your body decide together. But to keep the body challenged, remember, we always want to push just a little bit harder, but not to the point of pain. 10 seconds. We'll take it into that squat to front raise. So again, we'll think about as we drop the booty back, extend those arms. They don't have to go any higher than ground or parallel to the ground. And sit it back. Stand it up. So let's look out to the horizon. It may not be an exciting view. It may just be the desk. It may just be the computer. It may be the washer and dryer. Who knows? But if we keep those eyes up, it's going to help keep that back straighter. We're not reaching out with the chin, but again, not focusing that gaze between the feet. We get about 30 seconds, and then we're moving into block number 1 of 4. Not a high heart rate exercise, but a good heating of the legs. Those muscles are big. We're pumping lots of blood throughout the entire body. 15. 5. And shake it out. We'll talk here with Coach Mike from Syracuse, New York. We're finding ourselves working in block number 1, 6 minutes long. We're going to use the mini band here. We'll get some upper body, and we'll get some core. Oh my God, I love his shoes. They're fantastic. So what we'll need to start here is a walk out to a, well, let's think about it as 10, 10, and 10. We're going to start with the low band hip hinge weighted hammer curl. It's so many words. So all it means is we're going to take the mini band, put it just around the wrist, kind of where we wear our watch, or just a little bit above. Pressing out, we're going to go double dumbbells, somewhere in that medium category, and we're going to squeeze the hands towards the armpits. I love you, Coach Mike, but you're talking an awful lot, buddy. I like that his weights are super manly. That makes me happy. So we are going to hip hinge with the low band, and we're going weighted hammer curl. So think about bending the elbows, squeezing the weights towards the chin, and extending it right back out. Why are we in a hip hinge? Just to make us work the core a little bit. Kind of sneaky in there, I know. We're then going to put the weights down and take it down onto the ground, finding ourselves in a plank. We're going to go in and out. So finding ourselves in that plank position, go ahead and step one hand. Come on, Mike, out to the right, bring it back in, step it out to the left, bring it back in. Think about those Shakira hips, keep them flat, 10 in total, knees if we need to. Last but not least, we're gonna lay it down onto the ground, low band static crunch with scissors. Shoulders off the ground, press out through the band, scissors are up and down, up and down. 10 in total or 5 on each leg, and then we'll go back to the beginning. 6 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in 3, 2, 1, begin. Man, Mike, you talk. Woo. Okie dokies. So again, that hip hinge is really just to make us work that core a little bit more. We have a tendency that when we stand up here tall on those hammer curls that we start to use those hips. In that hip hinge, we are engaging through the core to keep us here, and we can't throw the weights up in the same capacity. Promise I'm getting there. It's just a challenge round to get the minivan today. There you go, Jill, nice. So that mini band's gonna make those shoulders burn. What's gonna happen in that plank is we're gonna wanna rock from side to side. As we continue to move on, we're gonna wanna let those shoulders and those hands come closer together. You guys gotta keep that set position. Roll the shoulders back and down and pin right between them and hold that there. Man, for not giving us upper body. Orange Theory has been little me and doubling down after yesterday and moving straight in today. But we are stronger for doing the work that our body doesn't want to do. Ooh, we need to give the shoulders a little bit of love, give them a squeeze. Shake them out before we get back to that hammer curl. So Our weight for a hammer curl isn't heavy enough. Slow your roll, press out harder on that mini band. Remember though, we're using the biceps, not the shoulders. That's the halfway point through this block. You should get a minimum of 2 rounds. You guys know how to time yourself. Find that pace and hold on to it. In the plank, in and out. If that full plank becomes a little too much for the shoulders, becomes a little too much for the core, it's fine, just take it down onto those knees instead. Two-minute warning, and then we've crushed block number 1. Woo! Poor little deltoids. So now instead of just thinking about pressing out with their shoulders, let's just think about pressing out with the back. That place between, I'm gonna make up new words for you guys. Underneath the shoulder blades. We're gonna go ahead and start to engage through the lats. So roll the shoulders back and down. Think about pinning your shoulder blades to your rib cage and then press out on the mini band. Think armpits closed the whole time. You got 45 seconds, team. It's less than 30 seconds here in the block. Looks like I'll make it about 3 times through. Finding ourselves, keeping that pace, holding ourselves accountable for the rest in between exercises. 15. In 3, 2, 1, shut it down. Nice job, guys. We're going to find ourselves here with Coach Jesse in New Orleans. We'll see if Jesse is a boy or a girl before I start talking about what they're doing. There we go. Coach Jesse's girl. Cute little ginger. Love it. So we're going to find ourselves here in block number 2, 7.5 minutes. We are going to think push. We're going to think base. We're going to think push. We're going to think base. And we're going to think all out. What's going to happen is we're going to run it 2 times through. There'll be rest at the end. Finding ourselves here in a walk out to triple plank jack. So walk it out like we did in our warm up. 1, 2, 3. Walk it back. We will have 75 seconds. That's 1:15 here in our push. We'll then find a little bit of recovery, 30 seconds in an iso sumo squat to an oblique crunch. So we'll be standing up tall. We will then roll those shoulders back and down, turn the toes out. We'll drop it down into our squat, thighs parallel to the floor, and we'll rock it one side to the other. We'll have 30 seconds here to catch our breath. We'll then go ahead and grab 1 medium weight, and we're going into a weighted power jack. Again, if you hung out with me yesterday, sorry, I didn't know they were doing them again today. Oh my God, she has a fantastic mask head. I'm not gonna lie, I actually have styrofoam heads here in my house too. So we're gonna press it up, keep your wig straight. Press it up and open and close. If we need to, we step
and we press instead. 45 seconds. We're then going to go into a sumo squat with a front press. So extending the arms out, holding ourselves in that deep squat. Last but not least, we got burpees. It doesn't say full, so we'll see if she does the push-up or not. Let's chit-chat. We're going to jump it up to the sky. Come on, Coach Jessie. Okay, she's going to take it out. That's fine. We're going to take it in and jump to the sky. No push-up, guys. We'll have a 30-second break, and then we'll go back to the beginning. So we're getting started with that walk out to that triple plank jack. Make sure you got some space. Roll your shoulders back and down. Slap a smile on your face. Let's get uncomfortable, team. In 3, 2, 1, push.
So again, we walk it out to that plank position. We're going to jack. 2, 3. Plant the feet hip distance apart and walk those hands back. Try not to sashay the hips from side to side in that walkout. Think about north and south, not east to west. Nice, team, nice.
Ooh, they didn't give me a clock on this one. That's exciting. Makes it a little bit different, but that's okay. If I judge by the little slidey bar, we got less than 30 seconds. So remember, this is a push effort. You should feel uncomfortable. On a scale of 1 to 10, we should be cruising right around an 8. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go to base. So sumo squat hold. Toes are out, booties down, arms are up. Crunch one side, crunch the other side. We need to just reduce the range of motion during our side body crunches. 30 seconds to catch your breath. Then we're going to those weighted power jacks. We'll find a medium-sized weight at 8 to 10 to 12. If all you have is a head with a mask, it's fine. In 3, 2, 1, power jacks, 45 seconds. So notice that the working effort's gonna get a little bit shorter. The recovery is always gonna stay the same. Push effort, guys, push effort, we're halfway. Nice, team, nice. Just a few, we're gonna sit down that sumo squat once more and press the weight forward and back. Can't hold on to that weight. We drop it down, just reach those arms and squat. Tuck the tailbone underneath. It's always thinking about pressing the hips forward and the shoulders back in a sumo squat. Man, I can feel it in those shoulders. I want you to catch your breath, because Orange Theory is making us go all out. In just a few. Looking like 3, 2, 1. Drop that weight, we go all out. Come on, pick up that pace. Feel really uncomfortable. Lots of changes going to be happening in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. So let's get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Come on, come on. And 2, 1, and done. 30 seconds rest. Breathe it out, guys, breathe it out. Big deep ones in through the nose, out through the mouth. Then we're gonna do it again. We'll start with that walk out to triple plank jack, 75 seconds of work. Come on, guys, let's be ready for it. In 3, 2, 1, walk it out, plank jack. There's 3 of them. without the clock is a little hard, but I'm gauging we're about halfway there. Probably a little more than 30 seconds. We're not going to be doing it again, so let's pick up that pace, get your heart rate up. Those strength blocks aren't going to increase our cardiovascular strength, so during these exercises, you really need to push. Not just going through the motions. In 3, 2, 1, pace, toes out, booty down, hips forward, chest out, drop it, squeeze, squeeze. I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple of moves in the Orange Theory world that make me feel like I should be wearing a very shiny leotard and my hair in a side pony, and this is one of them. Whew. Getting into that power jack, guys, in 3, 2, 1, press it up. Then if you can't jump, step. It's okay. Whatever you're doing, just make it uncomfortable. Almost as uncomfortable as her head. Not gonna lie. I do love me a good wig, but it's funny to watch her press it. Come on. Gauge in less than 15. It's hard when they don't give me a clock. Let's say 3, 2, 1. Sit it down. Squat it out. Press it out. We're going to hold the squat the whole time. If those shoulders are too angry from that previous block, we can either drop the weight, continue to extend here, or maybe with the weight, we just reduce that range of motion some. Don't press all the way up. Come on, team, come on. I know you're excited. We're getting to those burpees. Let's get really uncomfortable, guys. In, all out. Come on. Again, we're gonna get a transition break between here. So make these burpees count. Put those palms flat, legs go straight, back never bends. Come on, halfway. Pick up that pace. Don't you stop now. We got 3, 2, 1, and done. Back to Coach Faisal in Farmington, Michigan. So what's gonna happen here? Block number 3 of 4. Man, we're burning through. 8 minutes. We're gonna have 4 rounds of a shoulder press timed here in a Tabata style. We're gonna go 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of recovery, and do it 3 more times. We'll then move on to the rest of the block, counting at our own reps. Shoulder press, shoulders back and down. We're gonna press all the way up. Don't let go of that engagement between the shoulder blades as we come back down. So again, don't flop to the floor. Don't press out so hard at the top that we're wearing our biceps as earrings. After 4 rounds of these shoulder presses, we're gonna take it into a bicep curl, double dumbbells. Notice the difference between the bicep curl and the hammer curl. Palms start at the hips and they turn and rotate as we come through the full range of motion. While in the hammer curl, the palms always face forward. The dog still hasn't moved. We're then gonna take it into a hip hinge reverse low or grip low row. What does that mean? That means the palms are gonna be facing away. Why are we doing this? Because it is getting a little more of those biceps than they do the triceps. 10 rows. We're then gonna take it, come on. We're going into a half kneeling around the world raise. So we're gonna go ahead and put one knee down on the ground. If we need to, extra cushion. If kneeling ain't gonna work for us, that's totally fine. We're gonna start double dumbbells. We're gonna take it up into a lateral raise. We're gonna, that kind of around the world. Okay, all the way up and all the way down. We're gonna do 5 with one knee on the ground, switch it up, 5 with the other knee, alternating bird dog, all fours position, extending the right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. When we get all the way through, that's the last one, right? we'll go back to the bicep curls. So again, 4 rounds of shoulder presses on the stopwatch, and then we're going into counting efforts. Let's grab those weights for that shoulder press. Let's get uncomfortable. Begin. Press it up. Slow control on the way back down. We got 12 repetitions, or we got 20 seconds here, and then we're going for 10 seconds of rest. Pressing from the shoulders, not from the spine. In 2, 1, arms down, relax. You can hold on to the weights, you can put them down on the floor. It's up to you. In 3, 2, 1, shoulder press. So think about those shoulders being at about a 45-degree angle from the far out. We don't want to come here and work too hard through those anterior deltoids. We don't want to come here and miss out on the shoulder action. So think 45-degree angle. Again, we don't have to tap the weights overhead. And rest. 2 done. Biceps stay away from the ears on that press. Begin. Don't forget about that tummy. If I were going to come and poke you like the Pillsbury Doughboy, it would be feeling rock hard. I know it would. No giggles from you guys. In 2, 1, and rest. We got 10 seconds, and we're going to do 1 more set of shoulder presses. Then we'll move on to the second half of the block, working at our own pace through those 4, 2, 1, last one. So again, use the strength of those shoulders, not the power of the body. We're not bouncing it up halfway. Ooh, they're getting tired in 2, 1, and done. So go ahead and put those weights down unless you're going to use them for your bicep curls, and that's totally fine. It's an appropriate weight. But we're going to get into those bicep curls, and now you guys are working on your own. 10 reps. Remember that rotation, hitting the full set of bicep heads. So the muscle's called the bicep. Just means it has 2 different heads for 2 attachment points. Now we're hitting both of them with that rotation. After you hit the 10th one, we're going to increase that weight. Burn out those biceps just a little bit more. So it's interesting how real life translates into where our muscles are tired. After the last couple of days of power washing, I'm not gonna lie, my grip strength seems strangely off today. On that low road, remember the hands do not need to come together. The weights don't have to tap at the bottom. Keep them apart and feel what kind of difference the challenge is there. Again, on those around the world shoulder raises, the 5 each just references 5 on one knee, 5 on the other. So why are we down on one knee? So that we're not getting to use the momentum of the body, but instead really just focusing on those shoulders. Make sure that the palms are facing forward the entire time. Block number 3, an 8-minute block. Man, we are almost there. Just 3 minutes left. So again, we go back to the bicep curl. We don't go all the way back to the shoulder press. Unless you're feeling extra antsy-fancy about shoulders today. Last minute, guys, last minute. You're doing fantastic. Makes me laugh a little bit yesterday. So, Orange Theory, we did upper body yesterday, but like old school lifting, we did chest and tris, or pecs and triceps, and today we're doing back and buys. So, it's a little old school visit. It's nice. 30 seconds. You're on those around the world lateral lifts. Just make sure we kind of end in balance. Just try to get all the reps in. 10 seconds. 2 and 1. Nice job. Back to Coach Mike in Syracuse. It's good with the cues. Lots of words. So, block number 4 is going to be 3 rounds through. We're going to go 30 seconds right into 30 seconds, right into 30 seconds. It is a core burnout for the final 5 minutes. We're going to start down on our tummy with a Superman or a Superwoman, as the majority case may be. Extending those arms forward, reaching through the backside of the knees, reaching through the elbows, lifting with the place between our shoulders, not with our head. And we're going to release, lift, and lower 30 seconds. Reduce range of motion by bending the elbows if we need to. Second exercise, sprinter sit up. All the way down, reach towards the inside heel. You know, if you've done class with me, think about driving that elbow up and out. We're then going to find ourselves moving straight into 30 seconds of a bear crawl. 4 steps forward and 4 steps back. We'll find ourselves in that plank position. We'll find ourselves in our tabletop position. Shift the weight into the toes and lift the knees up off the ground. We're here in our bear plank. We're going to step it with the right arm and the left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're then going to take it 4 steps back. Finding ourselves forward and back for the 30 seconds. We'll then take a 15-second rest, and then we'll begin again. So let's get down on our tummies. We're going to start with the super people. Shoulders back and down, smile on your face. Let's get uncomfortable, team, in 3, 2, 1. Begin, lift and lower. We got 3 rounds total, and then we are donezo for the day. Ooh, ooh. So let's try on that Superman to zip up the legs all the way through from the ankles to the place where it all meets.
Makes it a little bit heavier on those legs and a little more challenge for the lower back if it's too much. Open up those feet and switch it up. We're going sprinter sit-up. So quick like bunnies, roll it over and sit it up. A little more than halfway through. I'll try to give you a little better warning this time, because we're gonna roll it back over in 5. We'll find that bear position and we'll roll in 2, 1. Flip it up, tuck it under, and walk. Hips are flat, back is flat. Opposite arm and leg. Little steps, they're not big ones. You got 10 seconds. In 2, 1, rest. We have 15 seconds of rest. Then we're going back to super people. This will be round number 2 of 3. So lay it down on your tummies. In 2, 1, begin. Lift and lower. Halfway. Come on, guys, come on. In 2, 1, roll it over. Sprinter sit-ups right into them. This is the last block. And the second to last time we're doing these. So really think about that intention. Think about how good you want that core to look. More importantly, think about how strong your core is going to be. Remember, that place behind your belly button is the root of all your power and all your strength. Gotta make it strong. In 2, 1, we bear walk it up. It's really hard for me to remember too. As we step back, don't make it a plank. Don't make it a huge step. Keep it the same small little movement. Come on, guys, come on. In 2, 1, we rest. We have 15 seconds, then we're gonna run the last time through. That's graceful, Joe, graceful. Let's take it, guys. 3, 2, 1, super people. All of you are amazing. I didn't think anyone was gonna show up this morning. It seems to be a little bit of slow gear Friday. You guys all showed up. You're putting in the work. Most importantly, we're having fun together. Come on. 10 seconds, and then no more super people. We'll become strong sprinters instead. In 2, 1, roll it over, set it right up. Come on, guys, come on. 10 seconds. Tough like the bear that killed DiCaprio. Well, I mean, he really messed him up. You know, that movie with the stuff and the things. Step it forward. Tough grizzly bears, come on. OMG, guys, with just about 5 seconds left in your workout, you do whatever you need to do to feel successful, to feel challenged. In 2, 1, and done. Hot diggity dog. Flexibility. We'll go ahead and pause, Coach Jesse. We'll make the screen a little bit smaller. Stop that share. Come back to you guys. Look at you all out of breath. Do you gotta go?
Have a good one, Andre. I'll see you later, buddy. Okay, guys. Inhale, circle sweep it up. Exhale, swan, dive it down. Let the upper body hang heavy. Gently shake the head no. Nod the head yes. We're gonna roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders back and down. Bring the right arm across the body and hug it close with the left. Remember, we don't want the right shoulder coming up into the ear. Drop it down. Release it out and switch it up. So I will not be here tomorrow because we are doing mock run-throughs at Orange Theory Annapolis and Orange Theory Columbia tomorrow and Sunday, so that when we go live on Monday, that we won't fall on our faces, which, you know, we'll see what ends up happening. It may happen anyway. Release it out, take the hands behind. We're gonna interlace the fingers and drop the knuckles to the floor. So, in the great grand scheme of things, I do not think I am going to be working Monday mornings. So on Monday, let's plan on doing this at 7:15 if you're not already scheduled for a class. But there's a possibility they may have me help out on Monday morning. Release it out, wrap those arms around, give yourself a big old hug, big breath in, exhale, hinge it forward. And that's just because, Jill, I know we haven't met in person, but in my network have taught the most classes and have been with Orange Theory the longest, and have always been a 5 a.m. teacher. So if anyone's gonna screw something up, they'd rather me screw it up. Then rolling up one vertebrae at a time, release it out, other arm on top. So I may just extra help out on Monday. Big breath in, exhale, let it go. But I'll communicate everything, what's happening. And then after we open, my game plan is probably to teach this class here on Zoom around noon or around 2 during the week until everyone gets back to Orange and we figure out what's happening. Release it out, roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Weight on that left foot, reach back, find those right shoelaces. But tomorrow we'll be training, so I will not be here. Which is sad, but it's good-ish. I mean, there's pluses and minuses. Release it out and switch it up. It'll be nice to listen to music and not just the sound of my own voice alone in my basement. So we got on mics this week, and I'm not gonna lie, the sound of my voice on a microphone weirded me out the first time again. Release it out, inhale, sweep it all the way up. Interlace those fingers, open the armpits, pull it to the right. It's been a while since I've heard myself. Pull it up tall, bring it to the left. Oh, bring it up tall, release it out, shake it out. Round of applause for yourself, round of applause for your neighbors. You guys did awesome. I'm really proud of you for showing up. There were a couple of minutes where I was like, it's just gonna be me today.